Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Jacqueline, and if you like upcycling and DIY projects, well, is this the video for you? In this video, I'll be sharing my planning process for not just one, but 3 upcycling projects I am planning. If you want to see how I turn these old cabinets from plain to fab, please keep watching. Well, now that I'm done with my English tea party setup, I have time to start a new project. You'll never believe what it is. It's actually the thing that I was just sitting on. I recently got this for free on Facebook Marketplace. I had wanted kind of a bigger kind of cabinet here. I had another one before, which some of you might have noticed from watching my YouTube video on my setup that I had on this end. It was like a buffet, but it was a lot smaller. And I'll show it to you in a sec because I have plans for that one too. So anyway, so that has been kind of the impetus, just to get a little bit more storage. This is really a cabinet that was really designed for TV. You can tell because it has like the cutouts in the back and the way it's laid out. It has 3 drawers and it had 2 doors. I guess the center was open. I already took the doors off. Basically, you know, there were like little doors down here and they had glass. They had glass in the middle one. The glass was broken. But I will not be using this. Now, I will be salvaging the hinges because the hinges I can probably reuse because I have a very different kind of look that I want for it. I'm gonna put a picture here what I'm talking about because what I really wanna create, I wanna really create 3 equal panels that are what we call full slab, meaning that it's a full piece of wood, no trim or anything like that. And then basically, so I'm basically gonna have to probably build out the frame a little bit here so that I can actually mount, because what I want to do with the drawers, I don't want to get rid of the drawers, but I'm gonna get rid of the knobs. And I want to do like a little cutout so that you can pull them out. So in other words, I want the new door to be from the top all the way to the bottom, okay? So that's one of the big changes I'm gonna do. I wanna make it from top to bottom. And I'm gonna show you a picture later what's all gonna look like. The same thing in the middle. In the middle, I probably will have to build again some kind of framing to be able to hold the middle door because I'd rather have it all covered up. And I'll show you the idea that I have in a sec. But basically, yeah. Now that will probably mean that I may have to redo the top because then if I build this out, I don't know, we'll have to see how the top looks. Right now, it's not necessarily in the best of shapes and I don't like this color at all. So I'm gonna try to see if I can stain it. I'm hoping that it's something that I can stain, that is a good material good enough that I can maybe sand it and use a gel stain. That is a non-penetrating stain that just kind of sits on stuff. It's still gonna be on the dark side, but not quite as dark. And I'm thinking the doors themselves might be a little lighter tone. And I'll show you a picture of that. I was considering doing the outside part of this more white. I've always loved those 2-tone cabinets, you know, but it might look a little bit more mid-century modern, which is not really what I have going here. My look here, it's more of a, you know, kind of tropical Mediterranean. I like to stay within the transitional kind of style. Modern look will be more kind of clean lines. The traditional will have more, you know, curly cues and curves. So transitional is kind of in between there. And then the other thing I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna show you in a sec, I'm gonna actually cut the legs off. The legs, I think, are a little on the short side. As you could see here, I could actually go quite higher because this is the back of the sofa it's gonna be against. I could go a lot higher. So what I'm gonna use the same legs that I use for my cabinet in my craft room. And basically it's like a 6-inch brass leg. So again, we'll bring it a little bit more modern looking. These ones are pretty much, you know, it's like a notched out leg on this end and it has like looks like a little leg in the front. Nothing special. So, and it has adjustable shelves, which I may or may not use. It will depend on, but it's good that it has them, you know, it's nice to have that extra thing. And I'm sure I'll have to come up with something to do with these things. Maybe I'll use it to frame a picture or something, you know, because it has all the nice details. So anyway, but again, you know me, I like to upcycle and not throw away necessarily if I can help it. So let me give you a closer look at what it looks like. Okay, so here's the cabinet once again, and right now it's filled with a lot of my tea party stuff, but pretty soon those will be doors that will completely cover that up. And let me show you the legs here. See what I'm talking about? It's a skinny leg, and if we take it to the side, it's basically like a cutout. So it's not a real leg, but I'll be able to get a straight line and kind of cut that all around so that it's flat. But I mean, it's made really well. It has good construction. It seems to be made of solid wood, and I believe it's a veneer. You know, I'm gonna get more information on that soon from a friend, but that's always the issue. Can you refinish a veneer? You know, that's so. Anyway, that's probably what I'm gonna be thinking about. And it had some damages. I'll show you some pictures here. What the owner kind of posted. They were kind of concerned that one of the glasses in the doors was falling. I'm like, don't worry about that. I'm not even gonna use that door. And they were concerned about this kind of stains, but it's not bad at all. I mean, again, it's free, right? Can't argue with free. And these I already have filled with all my napkins and things like that. And again, that's probably will be what there will be, but without the notch. Because now I'm gonna put a picture here of what the idea is. I want to create this kind of tropical design because I'm basing it on this other cabinet that I saw. In this cabinet, as you can see, is what I'm talking about. It's a full-size door, and it looks like probably beautiful painting of kind of a palm leaf. And let me show you what I found. I had a feeling I would be able to find kind of a stencil. And here I found this great set from Amazon that has all these leaves. They're about 16 inches high, so that should be about the perfect proportion to put on the front of the door. So I'm excited about that. But how I'm going to do it? I'm going to try to do it a little bit different. It looks like from the picture of the cabinet that I'm looking at that stencil is basically just painted on, which of course it's an option. But I'm going to try to do something different. So let me show you what my thought is. It might not work. And if it doesn't work, then I'll just go ahead and probably paint it. But here, I'm gonna do a sample. This is the thought. I have a wood burning tool that I haven't really used very much, and I thought it'd be kind of a fun thing to do. So my thinking is, first of all, I could just take the stencil just to basically, let's see, I don't know, I'll do this one, I guess, to give me the shape of it. Right? And once I have it drawn, I'm gonna burn it. What I'm hoping with the burn is that I get a bit of a kind of a concave kind of situation, and then I'm gonna paint it on top, and then I'm gonna stain the door. So that's kind of the thought. So let me see if this even works. Okay, so I finished burning it, and then I'm gonna wait for it to fully dry, and then I'm gonna try painting over it. I tried to especially go around the corners, all the edges, I should say, because I'm hoping that when I go to paint it, it actually will kind of hold the paint a little bit. It was kind of hard to really create much of a concave situation, and also I realized that this wood, I believe, is pine, which is pretty soft, and might not be exactly the same wood that I end up using for the cabinet fronts. So it might completely burn differently. I know I'll probably be able to create an outline kind of thing. But we'll see, because it could be that if it doesn't really do anything special, why do it, right? Why go through the trouble of doing this part? It's kind of interesting, and it's weird because it's like the sap's coming to the surface or something. There's like an oiliness. I don't know if you can see it, but that's just the sap, which is kind of coming to the surface, I think. Very strange, because I haven't put any kind of oil of any kind in this thing. But anyway, let's see how that goes. I'll keep you posted on that one. Okay, so let's try painting and see if this works, or what it looks like, I should say. So now let's do I'm just gonna stencil one, and then let's see the difference. Yeah, I'm not so sure this burning thing does anything, to tell you the truth. If anything, I think it adds another step that doesn't really add anything to the process, but let's do the stencil. Okay. I'm just gonna use a little makeup sponge and try to not get too much paint. The nice thing with stenciling is you can also create shadows and, you know, more depth if you go heavier. I'm trying to go really even. That's sort of like the look I'm going for in the inspiration piece. Oh yeah, there's no question. That crapito, that we can work with. Okay, well, great. Saves me a step. Besides, that takes a long time, this heat, and it really burned me once, so. Okay, we know what we're gonna do there now. Now let me show you this other cabinet, because the one that I just showed you is gonna go on that side of the dining room, and this was gonna go on the opposite end. Now, this is another one that I got for free on Facebook Marketplace, and it is the whole thing. It is the top hutch as well as the bottom hutch. So what I want to do is to also, I mean, it's in great shape as well, and solid wood, and you know, I couldn't believe it. So what I'm going to do is to refurbish it in such a way that it coordinates with the one across the way, right? Now I'm not going to go crazy, you know, taking any of the molding off or anything like that to make it more square. I'm not worried about that. What I'm going to worry about is the doors. I'll show you the doors in a sec below. It has a set of 4 doors. And what I want to do is make new doors for this that will match the ones on that end. So they'll have the same kind of look, you know, kind of a flat slab with the palm tree motif on it. I may take this little grid off. I haven't quite decided yet. And I definitely have new handles, and I'll have to show you the handles that I got for it. I'm thinking that the cabinets in the bottom, as well as the ones on the other cabinet, I might not put handles because it might interfere with the design. I might do the little push-pull kind of latch, you know, where you kind of push it in and it pops out. IKEA uses that one a lot. So you might have seen it then. So that's the plan. I might take the grid off. I may frost the glass because sometimes, you know, it's a little too much to look at if you think about it. And then I will stain it, at least the outside. I don't think I'm going to worry about the inside of it. I'm just going to do the whole exterior in a gel stain as well. That will be the same gel stain that I'll use on that other one. So that's the thought, that these 2 cabinets kind of coordinate with each other, right? Hey, it was free, so whatever I do from here on is gravy. Let me show you the doors close up. Okay, so this is the doors that it has. You see that they are quite traditional. I mean, they're great doors, but it's not necessarily kind of the style that I like. And even though, I mean, it's cute and everything, it's not kind of my thing. I mean, again, very well constructed, super durable. So I'm happy about that. Now, look at this here. These are the metal doors. And this is sort of also what gave me the idea, because see how they are concealing an interior drawer. And they've done what I'm talking about, which is they've notched the top so you don't put any knobs on this, because you want this to be completely flush. So when the doors close, you don't have any issues. So that's the same kind of idea that I want to do with those other drawers over there. I want to kind of notch them out like that. Now, the other thing that would be nice is to give also better hinges to this, because right now they are kind of loud, and you'll see here whenever I open this, the whole thing trembles. So, I mean, if I can, I may change the hinges, especially because they are quite traditional looking, and I don't really like that look per se. They're not gonna go with my, you know, my new hardware, which I'll put a picture of here what I bought for them, what I'm planning on using. So that's cabinet number 2. Now let me show you what's going to happen with cabinet number 3. Okay, this is the cabinet that I used to have in the dining room before, behind that sofa that I showed you. So you can see it's pretty rustic and it's pretty beat up. I mean, it was nothing very expensive or that well made either. But I thought of giving it away for free, but then I had an idea. You know, I've been wanting to do this cabinet. I'm going to put a picture of it here. This kind of cabinet outside, right here on my little patio that I have here. I've been wanting to do that for a while, and I like that idea of having the, you know, cabinet on top and then basically it flips down. So this is what I'm hoping to do with this. I am going to go ahead and give it a really good stain, like outdoor stain, like I've used outside before. And then what I'm going to do is create that box that you see in the picture. And basically, again, I'll have a box, I'll have a lid that flips down. And then inside I'll have space for a little bit more storage, which, you know, you always need more storage for my gardening or whatever I want to do there. Sometimes I like to do projects outside, you know, so it's kind of a nice kind of additional kind of surface to work on. Now, the thing that I have to work out is whether I'll need extra support for the top, because the top will extend out, and right now I'm planning about maybe 36 inches. But what I need to find out is whether that's going to be enough support. I can actually attach that cabinet to here. And I think it needs a little bit of space for the hinges to work, right? So I might have to elevate it, but then attach it, and then the door will flip down. Anyway, all the little details I have to work out in terms of how the mechanics of it would work. And then when it flips back up again, then that's why I want to create this kind of pretty picture, so to speak. And what I want to do is mosaics, a broken tile mosaic, which I've done a ton of. I'm going to put a few pictures here of the ones that I've done in the past, and basically, so when it's closed, it's going to look like a picture, you know, like a beautiful mosaic on the wall. And then I have to also, of course, determine how big I can make it, because I think I have a window outside that I have to make sure that this is basically the location where I'm going to put it. I'm going to move these plants to the side, and it's going to go kind of against there. So I kind of go too high, which, you know, may be a good thing, because that way I don't have to worry about not having enough support for when it tilts down. That's the idea for cabinet number 3. So out of one project, I ended up making it into 3. So that is what's coming up on my channel. Stay tuned for all that. Thanks so much for stopping by and taking a look at what I have planned next on my channel. Hope you'll decide to join me in this journey as I transform these cabinets from plain old Janes to ba-ba-ba-boom. See you at the next one.